And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK Show. And this is going to be episode 542. So I hope you guys have a great day and I hope you guys have a great weekend that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK Show, I am going to be having a conversation with SSJ Kdots Sanctum once again. And this is going to be his second appearance on the show. The last time he was on was about a year ago, was around the time that James Gunn's Superman movie was coming out.
It's like the third at least. Or are you doing it by seasons?
I don't know. It just depends.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is technically the third appearance. Technically third.
Yeah, like I think the last time you were on was around like a month before Superman came out, and then Superman comes out. So we'll talk about that. But man, the DCU has been, well, certainly a universe of all time, truly just a universe made with quality first, right? James Gunn, he had a tweet on Threads that meant quality matters, and I was like, all right, definitely not happening in this universe. This fucking universe is ass, you know. But before you get to any
different opinions so far, but we'll get to it when we talk about.
No, but I want to ask you this before you go. How's life been? I know you were posting on Facebook about your bonus. What the hell is going on with that?
What? Oh, I can't give too much details about that. But, you know,
what?
Like I said,
what do you mean? NDAs?
I'm not working. You know, I'm not working right now. I'm currently unemployed. But, you know, I'm chilling. Obviously looking for work, but I'm chilling. I'm at a time where I have freedom to do what I want to do what I please, make content, do things that I want to do. Like, for me, I'm setting a goal for myself. Saying it now, I want to make a movie before 2040, because we're pretty much close to 2030 at this point. Like, I want to make a movie, you know, because I'm at the point, and you guys, this goes for anything at this point now. I don't give a fuck about any more continuity. I don't care about no more. Like, look at this whole past decade and what the studios have been doing. Nostalgia. And they know they have been doing it because they have been losing audiences. Mm-hmm. Everyone collectively has been losing audiences, and you know, shit is shifting. Like COVID shifted so much shit. The movie industry drastically did a change the same day streaming, and now look where we're at now. Grand Theft Auto 6 fully digital. What did Sony say? By 2028, digital. Physical media is now like deceased in a way. I'm not saying it fully is, but it's,
unless you count Switch 2, which, you know, that all has some asterisks to it as well, because like the game key card bullshit thing, like, it's crazy at this point that Nintendo of all companies is the only one technically keeping like physical media alive. I will say this though, if Xbox moving forward has a disc drive attached to their new console coming out, they could win a sizable amount of this next generation of console gaming. That's if they have a physical disc drive attached to a new console, which I don't think they will.
Well, that's the thing with the new Xbox console they're making. You know, they're actually just they're basically making a PC. And yeah, it's like
Tabasco.
That is taking shit next level. And hopefully they do this backwards compatibility like they're saying they want to do. They want to take the whole Xbox library from the original Xbox 360 and throw as many games on the PC. So, like, for example, Gears of War 1, 2, and 3, those aren't on PC. So if they make them compatible for this, people can play that. Because for me, this is why I still stick with Xbox. My cloud data dates back to 360. Majority of my games are on 360, and I can still play most of those games currently through the cloud. Yes, I would prefer physical disc. Don't get me wrong, and this is why I don't care about physical disc anymore. And you guys, it's not even my fault. It's the damn studio's fault. Remember when we had the PS2? All you had to do was put it in the disc, and it turns on immediately. Now, by the time the 360 hit and PlayStation 3, we had to plug the game. We had to put the game in a disc drive, download the data off the disc. So the disc is just transferring data over. The disc is useless at that point, and then you can play it.
I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
But you still need to put in the disc, and it's like,
but it mostly still ran.
Light it in, and it works immediately. It's like like a USB drive. As soon as you plug it in, it's supposed to hopefully detect it, so you can just use it.
No, because the thing is, but even with the 360 and PS3 era, even though that is kind of the era that started that, where if you put a game in, you had to make an account. I remember when I bought Batman Arkham Origins opening weekend, I remember they had to even fully to get into the game, you had to create an account for WB Montreal, and I was like, what the hell is this? So I didn't play the game, but even then, for that era, you had to like make an account.
Batman Arkham Origins sucks on PC, low key.
It does.
It's better on console. It sucks on PC, but continue.
Yeah, no, but it's one of those things where like that era started these little things that now become a big thing. Because I remember GameCube, PS2, Xbox era. You buy a game, put it into your console, play the game.
Yep.
A few credits roll, like the company who made it, the other company who's financed it. That's it. You get the company names and you start playing the game. Hit start, keep going. PS3, Xbox 360 era starts with make an account, downloading. You can't connect to this game unless you're on the internet, which was the PS4.
Oh, no, Xbox that didn't start until Xbox One and PS5.
When Microsoft
bullshit started
with Xbox One, they started that. That was all.
I'm not disagreeing because it's like, and this is the thing. It's something I don't really worry about because I'm always going to have internet. If one thing I'm going to have it in my house or home is fucking internet. Because if you don't got internet,
I gotta have my point.
You're a caveman at that point. I'm not saying having internet is a good or bad thing. I'm saying if you don't have internet, you can't connect with the world. I'm sorry.
No, that's true. Also, I mean, you know this, dude. You know this as well as me, dude. You have a phone plan that is essentially having like internet because you get hotspot access and all that stuff. It's one of these things. It's so disrespectful that PlayStation is doing this because remember when PlayStation made that like diss video about after the Xbox One presentation where they're like, well, you can only play these Xbox One games if you're connected to the internet. And PlayStation had that thing with that video of that one CEO giving that one guy the game and stuff like that so you can play without the internet. And now we come full circle to PlayStation announcing, like earlier, like you said, no more new PlayStation games will have a disc starting in 2028. But what's so disingenuous about PlayStation is they've been doing that already, though. They're doing that right now with GTA 6. So I find it very hypocritical that they're like, well, no more new games starting January 2028. You're already doing it right now.
And remember, Rockstar and Sony, just like usual, they always have exclusive deals for their games.
Right.
For any Rockstar games. So, to me, when Sony announced immediately after that they're going to stop digital disc around 2028, I was like, well, it makes sense. You guys got this deal together. You guys were planning this together to make this initiative. And mind you, I'll say this. I am not 100% against digital and I'm not 100% against physical. I still think we can have both. I still believe in just giving people both the options. But this is why I say people don't know how to protest if they're going to protest. We all, in a way, everyone. This goes for all of us. You, me, Bosco, everyone did it. It's not everybody's fault because it's so convenient. But we all participated in streaming, like Netflix. I got Netflix. I had Netflix as as soon as I got my first job, I was able to get Netflix.
I've had Netflix a few times. Yeah.
Even though these apps are newer, HBO Max, all that.
Everyone has Prime Video, but that's probably because of shipping, to be fair. But you do have a streaming service. And everyone at least default has Prime Video, though. Everyone at least has that. Oh shit, that's nice.
I got a smart TV. Ooh. That's all I need to get to where I need to, like my channels, all that shit, and it's all digital. I mean, it's the TV is physical, obviously, but the software in it's to the point where you can get to any streaming app and watch what you want. Like for me, Prime Video is now becoming like a bundle. I'm at a point where I'm like, dang, I might as well just cancel my other subscriptions because now they're bundling Crunchyroll, HBO Max, Disney Plus, all these apps into it. And I already use Prime Video for shipping. Damn, am I supporting monopolies? Fuck.
But the thing is, when people are doing that, they're not simultaneously realizing they're doing that, though.
Yes,
they're
just that's what I'm talking about.
Mindless consumers at this point. Yeah,
yes, see, that's the thing. And mind you, it's not it's not everybody's fault. Yes, we all need to have some self-control with what we spend for, but our society, we're a capitalist society. We spend we don't, we outsource to other countries to build something for us.
Right. Yeah.
We pay you to build something for us, and we can pay you kind of cheaper. So yeah, we're just used to that. It's what we do, and it's just a habit. I mean, it's what we're gonna do because all we have to do is just go make the money and then just go get what we want.
That's supposed to be what the businesses are supposed to do. They're supposed to make things that you want to spend money on. And the thing that a lot of people don't understand when it comes to gaming is because you have all these weird, cringy Sony PlayStation fanboys. Oh my God, you're talking like actual retarded people here where they say certain things like, well, the numbers reflect that people buy digitally more than physically. But for certain games on PlayStation, the only option is digital. So I know people say numbers never lie. Numbers can lie if you don't know what's going on in that subject, though. And then if you look at the charts on PlayStation, all those exclusive games like the Miles Morales one, the Spider-Man Remaster, Astro Bot, God of War. They have God of War, Ragnarok, all those games sold better physically than digitally. There was like a Call of Duty game, or it's like a Ratchet and Clank sold more physically. So when they're saying things like digitally sells more than physically, I don't know if I believe that, though, because the numbers don't show that. And second of all, if certain games are only available digitally, you can only buy them digital.
Yeah. It also depends on, I'll give an example. Music. Majority of people do not buy physical albums. You even see it.
People that say that are lying. Yeah. I buy my music physically. They're lying out their ass.
Some people do. Some people do if it's like a really special album, they want to buy it. But like for the most part, and the way I can prove this is this. Whenever, let's say, a major artist drops an album, where's the first place people head to?
They're either their Spotify or YouTube channel.
I am skipping a step.
Yeah.
They're heading to Spotify, Apple Music. Boom.
Yeah.
Where do they head to next after they listen to it?
So if the person has a YouTube channel, probably seeing if they dropped it there, because you should drop the full album on YouTube. Yeah.
YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Mm-hmm. They want to talk about it immediately. Now think about the timing of everything. They got to go to the store, buy the album. Mind you, if it's the midnight release, the line is long as fuck. So they haven't listened to the album yet. They got to get it, and then they got to plug it in, and listen to it, and then they can run to the internet. But with how quickly people talk about something around the release, just like when a streaming show drops at midnight, what's the next place we're on after?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Right on the internet. So it's like it's more convenient because the way the internet is working now, everyone's trying to like have their moment, try to go viral. So it's like it's more convenient for. That's why if you're noticing it, dude, it's happening. Everyone is engrossed into the web now. People are doing real life streams where people are watching people's lives. These are the new drama shows, like Kai and them, all the streaming and shit. They're doing like in real life streaming speed, going to all different countries and stuff. Like they're doing in real life streaming.
Yeah, bringing like these random thoughts that have no value on their stream.
They're just doing regular stuff. And it's like, oh, but it's entertaining because we like watching shit of people doing that. So I don't know. For me, still leave gamers with the option, but at the end of the day, I think digital ultimately is going to win.
Because they want full control.
86.
Well, the thing is, there's the business aspects to it where, like, okay, so I'll give an example of a game. So, like, there's those games like SpongeBob and Patrick versus the World. At Walmart, you could buy like the Game of the Year edition of that game for like $20. Yep. If you go on the PS Store, they're charging you $80 for it. They don't want to have the middleman anymore involved in this stuff because that's why aren't they going to shut down that physical media producing like place they have like somewhere in the world? They're shutting that down and repurposing that. But it's weird when they say they don't want the middleman anymore, but they're going to sell their consoles at a middleman's store and give them half the profits because people don't know about business. I know you know this. You can't just put your shit in someone's place for free. You're paying them to keep your shit there. So they're going to sell PS5 Pros, PS5s. Who the fuck has a PlayStation Portal? That shit is ass. And what PS4s and eventually PS6. They don't want middlemen, but they're going to sell their consoles in the middleman stores and give them profits. Why not just take out the middleman entirely and just have everyone buy through your store? It's like they don't want you reselling your games because they can't make money off of that.
And see, that's why I say, at the end of the day, the people with the most money have the most power. So that's why I say, look, prime example with movies nowadays. Kevin Feige said, hey, we can't make a Blade movie. All right, now hear me out. They can't make a Blade movie. Well, if you can't make a Blade movie, you can't make any Avengers movies. If you can't make a Blade movie, you can't make a Superman movie. If you cannot make a Blade movie, you are not competent enough to make a Ghost Rider movie. You see what I'm saying?
Fast track that Ghost Rider movie. That has got a release date.
So ultimately, they just didn't want to make the movie. They just didn't want to outright say, we don't want to make the movie, because then we're going to say, why the fuck don't you want to make a Blade movie? He's one of the most popular Marvel characters. He showed up in Deadpool and Wolverine and increased the box office of that movie. And then it's going to get into, why the fuck don't you want to make a Blade movie? Because you gave us Agatha Harkness before Blade, and Blade was supposed to come out before Agatha Harkness. And then we're going to get into, and it's like, there is no excuse why they can't make a Blade movie, because you can make a Blade movie.
The actor was available. It wasn't like he was doing a whole bunch of other movies and TV shows in the meantime.
And he couldn't, because he was locked in a 1-year contract. Well, it was past a year, because he was locked in a 1-year contract that he was supposed to use for the training and shit. But when they basically, what I'm saying is, we're at the point where it's no excuse to not say you can't make this, because we can. Look at Avengers Doomsday. That special look, dope as fuck. Better than the official trailer. But I want to watch it now. That shit, was that shit possible in 1978? Fuck no.
The only reason why something can't get made is because maybe you could argue they don't have the finances. Okay, you're struggling for cash, you wouldn't make it. That's not the case. It's not the case at all for Marvel, because they're owned by Disney currently. I don't really know why they just couldn't get the Blade movie off the ground. But to be fair, dude, they didn't want to. Did you hear about the bullshit that was going to be in the movie if they did make it? Man, that sounded like some absolute.
I saw the different scripts went through. They wanted to.
Shit sounded terrible.
They want to introduce Blade's daughter. I'm not saying you can introduce his daughter, but why are you doing that for his first movie? You're intentionally already making him older, purposely. You're trying to get ready to segue him, and then they had one script where it was going to have like 2 action scenes. And then they had another script where it was going to be a period piece. And I'm like, okay, it's not bad, but it's like, no, have it take place in a modern day. We want to see Blade in modern day. But I will say this too. Feige and them made too many projects that don't work currently. Because if anything, the X-Men should have already been, no. We have to reboot. Because I don't even think you could have introduced the X-Men in the middle of phase 4 to 6 without using the multiverse. And we shouldn't have to use the multiverse to introduce them. But we have to, because there's no mutant gene. It does not exist. And if it does, then that means Apocalypse should be in the MCU, but we know he's not. So it's like, so after Secret Wars, they're going to soft reboot. That's the only time. And that's why I even questioned why they brought in Jean Grey. I think they brought her in too early. Way too early. It was cool that you used Spider-Man to jumpstart her. That's perfect. You just use Spider-Man to jumpstart the X-Men, but you did it before the reboot, because it's Jean and her sister.
Unless you count Miss Marvel, when she was talking about herself being a mutant, but
I don't count that bullshit.
No one watched that show anyway.
She's an Inhuman. I don't count that bullshit.
She never. To be fair, ain't no one ever watched that show anyway.
Yeah, Feige. She's an Inhuman. That's even Wanda. She's not a mutant. Pietro wasn't a mutant. They got their powers from the Infinity Stone. So, for me, we have to wait after Secret Wars. That's the only time they can reboot it, and we know they are going to do some reboots. But I'm just saying they introduced Jean Grey too early. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just one of those things with Jean Grey. Man, that reel that I posted, that's most likely my highest viewed reel ever. What are these fucking simps that are trying to white knight for Sadie Sink's Jean Grey coming out of? You see these dudes, and they're like pronouns in bio, pro LGBTQ. I voted for Kamala Harris. Fuck ICE, abolish the police. They're like, all right. So I automatically know I'm talking to a retarded moron right there. So then these people, when they're talking to me, I'm sitting there going like, oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna have people clip this moment on StreamYard whenever I get my 6 shorts, usable for the next month. All right, so I'm gonna start it from this moment right here.
Where to clip it at? Go ahead.
God, this is okay. This is how I know you people have not been watching these movies, and I know you only watch clips on TikTok and YouTube. This guy told me Bucky is the same as Jean Grey. Automatically, I know you are retarded and you didn't watch the movies.
I seen that comment.
Yep. So the reason why Bucky is not the same is because he's been brainwashed. So I'll just roll it down for retards here. Okay, so if I'm brainwashed into doing something that I intentionally, keep in mind the key word there, intentionally wanted to do, is different. So Bucky did things for Hydra because he was brainwashed. Obviously, as you guys know that, right? So when it was revealed that he was brainwashed and he murdered all these people, Tony's parents, that one old guy's kid in Falcon Winter Soldier, he felt really bad about it. Do you want to know why? He didn't intentionally want to do these things. He was brainwashed by Hydra. Jean Grey, betrayed by Sadie Sink, not the same thing. She intentionally fucked with all those people. All those people she fucked with. Intentionally. She wasn't brainwashed. The Phoenix Force wasn't controlling her. She just did these things as a bad person to just fuck with people. Okay, so if she's a good person, why did she take over Zendaya's brain and S.A. Peter through her? And she thought it was funny. She laughed about it. She thought it was funny she did that. Then after that, why did she have that old guy she jumped into walk into a taxi? People, and yes, the director of the movie said she didn't kill anybody. Oh, so that's just as good. Almost intentionally wanting to kill people is just as good as actually doing it. Are you fucking retarded?
No. Yeah. And look, she did kill people. And look, you guys, I will say
and I'm not even saying she's a bad villain. People are so stupid, dude. They're always misconstruing my words.
No, she's a great villain.
To be fair, this is probably the best villain they ever made in a while for this whole year. I agree. I'm just saying that is not a good portrayal of Jean Grey, the character. If that was, I don't know, the Green Goblin or Chameleon or Hydro Man or any other Spider-Man villain, they made probably the best villain in the whole MCU. She's an actual really good villain. That's not the point I'm making. That's not Jean Grey.
That's why I say they kind of put themselves in a pickle. Here now, guys, and this just bounced off MSK's point. They introduced her as a villain already, meaning you have to redeem her through her time staying at the X Mansion, which you can do. I'm not saying she's not redeemable.
I didn't say that either. Yeah, you can do that.
Her motivations aren't like Wanda's, which were just, I want to play house. Hers were justified, but her hurting all those innocent people is just a part that's not justified. But when it comes to Jean and how they introduced her, they introduced her as a villain first. So now at the X Mansion, she has to work on being better. And then we know this for a fact. Feige's going to do it. They're doing Phoenix Saga.
I told you they're going to do it again.
So this is the thing. We know she's going to be a great Phoenix because she's already a good villain, but you introduced her to villainous. I think the X-Men, you can let them be morally gray because they are. Because the mutants, while yes, they are justified that they are the oppressed class, but another thing too, a mutant could sneeze and blow up a continent. So yes, they are overly hated because, not every mutant is a bad mutant, but like even the mutants, I don't always agree with them. So Spider-Man at one point in the comics was like, yeah, you guys are assholes sometimes. Like you guys are assholes. And also look at the mutants. They allow Apocalypse on Genosha. Don't they let him on Genosha?
Doesn't he have, I'm correct me wrong, doesn't he have a power where he could just kind of just wipe them out?
Yes. So it's like, wait a minute, you guys. So it's like the X-Men to me is a morally gray team because, and they're just like how we are in real life. Everyone, for the most part, is morally gray. Yes, it's some people that are drastically bad up to your perspective of what's bad, and there are people that can be drastically good, but most people are in the middle with a lot of things because no one actually follows their exact morals they set up consistently. Like, for example, let's use the Lindsay Clancy case. Now, MSK, let me ask you something. Are you against child abuse sometimes or all the time? How
Well, that comes back to the thing that you just said. As you define a person, what do you define as abuse? Because people that hit their kids when we were younger, the way that parents would hit their kids, someone called that abuse. But
well, let me make it, like,
but if you're going off that blanket, I mean, I'd argue
to the extent of like someone doing some P3DO acts to a child.
Or
what Lindsay Clancy did, like that type of stuff to children. Unanimously, all of us should be against that shit. But now we have a lot of women giving sympathy to Lindsay Clancy just because she went through postpartum. But this is the thing, though. Postpartum depression is real, but there's hundreds of women that had the same thoughts and haven't killed their kids yet.
That's the same thing I said too.
Mind you, I've talked to a woman before that had the same thoughts as Lindsay Clancy. She has not killed her kids.
No, but we can go even further with this. Society started with women having kids way before we even knew what postpartum depression was even a thing, before a term ever made. Yeah. Those women under worse circumstances.
The thing is just the research and it always been there.
Yeah.
Just no one didn't know what to classify it as.
Yeah, and back then, under different circumstances, much different world structure, most moms didn't kill their kids. Dude, this is a weird psyopy thing a lot of people don't see. So people with depression. I'll say this. I think some of them and a lot of them did. Like, okay, let's look at the case. Let's look at the case for like Spartan culture. If a child was seen as unfit at birth, I guarantee the mother was not always like cool with that shit. Like, no, don't throw my child off. Yeah.
Don't throw my baby off the cliff. But think about it like this. There were some Spartan women that were down with the Spartan culture, like fully in agreement with it. And they would go like, well, I mean, this child is deformed. Woo.
Well, because this is where psyops start playing into it. So people with depression. I've known people with depression. Basco's known people with depression. I guarantee you, this guy's known people with depression. How many people you've known with depression has murdered people? I've known zero people in my entire life.
That has not murdered anybody yet.
No, keep on. There's a key thing here. Maybe they've injured themselves. Okay.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean you hurt other people. You can injure yourself. Go ahead. You want to slit your wrist. Not saying you should. At least you're not hurting a kid.
If you want to do it, go ahead. But it's like, at least you're not hurting somebody else in the process because you're hurt. If you're hurt, it's fine. You're human. You can be hurt.
And that's what you know what's crazy though?
Control who you hurt.
You know what's crazy, dude? That's what that same guy told me in my comments. He said, hurt people. Huh? That means you can
choose who to hurt. Just like how R. Kelly got hurt. He got touched when he was young. Okay, R. Kelly, you don't have to go touch people.
Yeah. So if the logic goes like hurt people, hurt other people,
yes,
that would make you a Lindsay Clancy supporter. She was hurting, and that means that she holds her kids down one by one and strangles them. One got strangled so badly his eyes rolled into his brain.
And look, that's why I can
support that. That's disgusting.
And mind you, I can be fair. I can have sympathy, but to this extent, to this point, a good mother would not strangle their child. A good mother would have thought of, okay, adoption, or another option too. Is that's if you have a family and a good support system. My parents used to do it growing up. There's many times I lived with my nephews and nieces and cousins and stuff, and this because their parents was going through something, and they offered, all right, just come stay with us for a little bit. You get back on your feet.
I've had the same thing too. We had it too. Yeah.
And it's like she had two parents, and mind you, I guarantee she has those parents that are like, yeah, we want the grandkids because
grandparents love babysitting. Man.
Yeah, like
they love that shit.
And mind you, if they're like retired and stuff, they'll be open to doing it. They don't got shit else to do. They're gonna want to be like, yeah, we'll watch the kids for like 5 months or whatever. Go, just relax. It's possible, and it's not even a bad thing. It's just you're not well. And she even admitted she wasn't taking everything that was prescribed to her. I'm not saying she had to, because I've been prescribed shit that I wasn't supposed to be fucking taking. Or it wasn't what I exactly needed. I mean, I only take my allergy medication and PrEP, but that's about it. Yeah. But other than that, at the end of the day, Lindsay did not have to do that. I'm not saying she chose to do it. People go through fucked up weird shit in their head. But along with her weird chemical imbalance and the fact that she didn't fight that urge enough, she chose what she did. Because, dude, how much time does it take to strangle 3 people?
You have not Not even just that. She
you have
sent
to pause
out
in between. You have to like, okay. And mind you, really think about it. I guarantee you, she had to pause and think in between before doing the next thing. If she wasn't just like rapidly like fire back to back. All right, done. No, that takes too much time and effort to strangle somebody.
She planned some of this out because she sent her husband out, and he was out for a X amount of time. He comes back, he finds the kid's dead. And keep in mind, one of the babies looked nothing more than like 7 months old. What did that little girl do to her? Mm-hmm. It's literally so ridiculous that women think having basically mega depression means that's carte blanche to murder people.
What you want, because it's
we know it's double standards, because women always talk about double standards. I don't know if you were on the internet because you were working a lot. Do you remember that story about that guy in Utah, that white guy had kidnapped that 7-year-old girl and kidnapped her and strangled her too? He had mental health issues. He
has mental health issues too. So
but no one gave him an excuse. No one cared. We just said death penalty. That's what we said. I don't care what his mental issues was. Remember how he had that interview with the cop and he said, "Hey, I'm never gonna get a chance to see my kids for Christmas." That's crazy, because that little girl you strangled is not going to have that chance at all either. No, fuck you. You get the death penalty. It was crazy that when it comes to men, or let's say, because I know you bring up like white people sometimes in school shootings. You know, like when a school shooter is mostly white people that do this.
No, school shooters is a good example, because look,
have mental health problems, but no one says
issues. I'm not in this thing. I don't. They're not justified, but I understand why they do that shit. But it's still not okay. Like, yes, most of them getting bullied and no one really does anything about it, and at that point they feel like they need to do that. But it's like, just because you're depressed and going through some shit doesn't give you the right to throw in people that wasn't part of that bullshit.
But when it comes to dudes, people just go, hey, death penalty and the worst punishment, which I agree with. But with women, it's always, no, we have to kind of understand. No, we don't. I don't have to understand a mom that strangled her 3 kids. I don't have to understand that.
You want to know what it is? You want to know what it is? And mind you, I don't fully blame women for this. Men have a part to play. Like, both sides play a part. Mm-hmm. And it goes, it depends. Family dynamics are different depending on the continent you're on. There's poly relationships, monogamous relationships. It depends. But let's say there's a 2-parent household. And this is my opinion, being at the age I'm at now. I don't have any kids, but just my opinion. You kind of have to treat them both the same. 3 reasons why. You avoid sibling rivalries if you do this. Mm-hmm. You avoid animosity with the parents, because every sibling has a different parent. You know what I mean by that? Every sibling gets a different version of the parent. That's a fact. And that shit causes distances in between. So you kind of treat them the same, but not fully to the same extent, because women and men are not the same. But for example, if you tell your daughter you got to be inside the house before the lights go out, the old saying and shit, that same thing should apply to the men. Just and mind you, it's just to be fair across the board. So neither one can say, well, mom and dad let you. No, mom and dad said the same thing to both of us. So it's like you have no room to make any excuses.
I would argue that only when they're super, super young. When they're like teenagers growing into be adults, you kind of have to give them.
No.
When they're like super young, I agree.
But I'm saying, like, at least, for example, if you're teaching the men how to work on a car, teach the women too. And it's like, there's some dads that didn't teach their daughters that shit, and they don't even know how to change a fucking tire. Well, okay, if you're driving by yourself and you're alone on the road, who's going to change your tire? Yeah. And AAA, dude, I fucking hate AAA. I hate all these car insurance places. They take too fucking long to get to you. They take too long to get to you. And it's like, and I'm so glad I have my own tire, my own spare tire, my own tire iron, so I can just take my own tire off. Yeah. I got my own jack and I can put that shit on. And my dad showed me how to do that. There's a lot of dads that don't teach your daughters how to work a fucking car, and they have no choice but to go ask somebody. And it's like, they need a fucking car when they get older. Mm-hmm. Why are you not teaching them about cars?
Well, that's the thing
It's
you said earlier.
Think about it. It's fucking intentional. Okay, men, we are supposed to be the providers. Whatever. That if whatever. In my opinion, nowadays in this economy, both partners need to provide evenly. I don't care. Financially, whatever. Both partners need to put in the same amount of effort. This whole provider shit and you, I'm babysitting you. No, we both need to be leaders. So okay. It's all intentional because it makes women have to depend on men for shit. But it's like I didn't sign up for babysitting. You see what I'm saying?
I'm just pointing out.
I didn't sign up for having to fix every little fucking thing. Because it's like this. If you bought your own car, you should know how to take care of it. Because every car is built differently. These women are buying cars that they don't even know how to check their own oil. They don't know how to check the transmission. They might put the fluid in the wrong area and then boom, the whole car fucked up. And it's like, why did you only teach us the boys how to deal with our cars, but not the fucking girls? One, you set the girls up for you, and then you create this weird disadvantage for both sides, because it's like, I gotta fix everything about this fucking car. You don't know how to. It even gets down to a point like you don't know how to wash the car either. It's like, look, partners are supposed to help each other, but it's like all this stuff is intentionally set up to be this way because
these modern women are. These modern women are going into dating being like, I don't know how to cook or clean, and the guy has to accept me the way I am. And they wonder why they don't have a partner. It's actually ludicrous. That's crazy.
No. And this is the thing. A lot of women don't realize it, but we do kind of accept them for the way they are usually.
Yeah, if a woman's a bum, technically, and they don't have a job, guys will accept that. They will.
It's them that usually push back against us more so to like change things about us. And I'm not saying we shouldn't develop as people. We shouldn't.
Blue said, borrowed a girl's van in my early 20s, blew a piston, and I was thinking, did I do that? She never changed the oil. It turned out. Oh my god!
And look, I guarantee you, Blue. Blame her parents. First things first, blame her for not checking her car, but blame her parents too, because it's like, because look, for me, I'm not no detailed car mechanic. I don't even change my own oil. I'll go pay someone else to do that. I'll make sure to replace, put more fluids in. My brake fluid, my transmission fluid, and you put your transmission fluid in when the car is on. I can change my own tire. I can, I can change my own battery. Like, there's certain things I can do, but there's certain things I just don't choose to do because, like, I'm not gonna get into this fucking dirty ass car and fix this shit. I got the money to let someone else fix it. You're the mechanic. You already do this dirty ass shit. Here you go. Fix my shit. Fix it. But that's and look, I'll be honest with you, man. The previous generation did not do a good enough job of balancing shit out for anybody. And it's like, look, a lot of times, just like I said, we do accept women for who they are. It's them that usually don't really accept everything. They will nitpick more things we do.
Well, this is another thing I wanted to tackle into your thing. Was earlier when you were
wait real quick. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm down for developing, but I'm also of the same opinion. Two people, it takes two. And it takes two of us to develop together. Takes two. We have to develop together. One of us cannot be the only one developing.
Well, because the thing you brought up earlier when it comes to like streaming and convenience of digital, well, think of it that way that you had just said. So like when it comes to like the previous generation leading into this one, we were given a lot of convenience based off the other previous generation already building most of that stuff, right? Yeah. So when you're talking about cars, well, the thing is, you know what average people do when they don't know how to fix something? They'll go to the mechanic. Yeah. So if a girl doesn't know how a car works or an engine is, or just a basic layout of it, they'll just go to a mechanic. But that's having too much convenience.
Cars and the cars are about to change. Well, me and you stay in California. By 2030, the initiative that they've been wanting to push is that everyone needs to be in an electric vehicle. That's not going to happen.
No one's gonna. That's way too anti-consumer.
It's going to be a lot more electrical vehicles by 2030 in masses. That's all I'm saying, and that means we're officially going to be getting away from gas cars. I still have a gas car, but we are getting close to the point where we are going to be relying on electric vehicles. So electric vehicles will be convenient for women now. You don't really have to get under that hood like that.
Yeah, and it just becomes with like just gas cars, like you just said, convenience. All this stuff has made everything so convenient that it makes no one want to work for anything. Like these movies, like you said, back in the day. Back in the day, you want to go to a movie to see a trailer, right? Because trailers just weren't really that readily available to see on the internet unless you had a TV. So if you wanted to see like trailers for new movies, you go to the movies, see all the trailers and previews before the movie started. And the thing is that when you have this much convenience with everything, it's made people so lazy. It really has, though. Like, instead of going out and experiencing things, people would rather just sit at home. You know? I'm not even minding that. I don't
have a complete issue with it. It's just that, like, you know, America isn't realizing what it's
standing on the shoulders of
like.
Giants.
The government's not realizing what they're doing, and it's gonna backfire at some point. Because, like, dude, I'll be honest with you, this is why after I got fired from my recent job, I don't want to work for nobody else anymore. Like, I'm literally at that point. I don't want to work for nobody else anymore. There's other ways to make fucking money.
You could do OnlyFans. Start spreading your asshole for
you know, that's what I'm saying. Because I'm like, all I'm doing is helping somebody else get rich. I'm not saying I want to be rich. I'm not saying I'm trying to, but it's like, I can be my own boss. You can do your own shit, and it's like, fuck it. Look at all these streamers, Speed and them, Kai, all them, fuck, they're all doing their own shit, making their own fucking money. Obviously,
well, it just depends on your perspective. Like,
it's based on perspective. They're obviously answering to a boss too. Obviously, you know, they stream on Twitch, so they certain things they can't say because it's not exactly their own platform, but they are entrepreneurs.
Well, it depends on what you want to do, right? So some people value having the consistency of having a paycheck every single 2 weeks to support
nothing wrong with that, because some people have to look. Some people are ultimately, and this is why I say this is the beautiful thing about life. There's leaders and there's followers, and there's a lot of people that just want to follow. So if you want to get something that no one else isn't pushing for, you can't, because everybody else is choosing not to care. It's like a job, bro. There's some people that choose to like step up to be the next manager. Only a few. But what do the majority do? They're okay in their position, which is perfect for someone, let's say me, that is willing to go up.
Well, it all depends on what kind of job.
It's like, so you know, it's like it works to my advantage, but it's like I wish everybody else would have the same like leadership mentality.
Well, it also depends on what job you want to do, where you want to be the boss. Because a lot of people always say this too. They say being the boss is easy, but the boss is the one that takes all the risks, though, invests all the money to pay the people, though. Like everyone says, being the boss is easy until they're the boss and they go, "Wait a minute, this is actually not as easy."
Being the lead of anything isn't easy because it is a lot of babysitting into it, and you are taking on a bunch of responsibilities. Like you are delegating people, you are facilitating people, and people are looking to you for guidance, which in my opinion, it's a scary fucking position. Look at it like this. Look at the United Healthcare CEO guy, him being his I'm sorry, it's fucked up, guys, but look what happened to him. Look what happened to him in the position he's in. But this is where he messed up at. Where is your security at, dude? You're a CEO of a company, and that you know a lot of people don't like because you guys fuck over people when it comes to healthcare. Why are you doing that?
And then all of that, when it comes to being a boss, a lot of people don't understand nuance and a lot of moving pieces, though, because a lot of people think that things just work very like in a straight road. A lot of things there's a lot of moving pieces when it comes to business. There's a lot of nuance. There's a lot of things that have to. There's regulations. You have to get clear. There's so much things.
It's so many different chains.
Dude, the average person didn't even know that a business could escape paying certain taxes if they just invested their money in the business. It's a basic thing. It's not even like an illegal thing. Every business has done this ever, since taxes were a thing. And people thought, oh, it's illegal if you do this. No, it's not. This is a legal thing you're allowed to do. Just so you pay less money. Like the average person is, like you said before, is really fucking retarded. Like, you're really stupid, honestly.
Yeah, people don't care to educate.
Do you remember that video you were talking about a long time ago? There was a video you had on your channel that blew up about that one little white kid who lost his mom in like the subway system, like New York, and nobody cared. except that one black
Oh,
lady who did.
no. It was that black kid that got bullied. Yeah, in New York.
Yeah, but like right there, no one's caring if
You
the
know, no one
mom.
cared.
Yeah,
And it's like, and that's the thing. I'm not saying people have to step in. People
it's
can do
just the
whatever they want.
bystander effect.
But it's like,
yeah.
if you're gonna choose to be a bystander, then be the bystander. Shut your fucking mouth because you chose to be the bystander. And it's like, if you choose to step in, then you're the person who chose to step in. But you can't be the bystander and say, man, you should have done this, you should have done that. You didn't do shit either. Shut up. You see what I'm saying? It's like, you're the bystander, bro. Hey, you accept the role that you chose to do. Like, dude, it was one time, me and my friend, we got in the middle of these two homeless people that were about to fight on the bus, and we was right in front of this pregnant lady, and she her belly, you know, she had a big belly and shit, and she had another kid. And I'm like, please don't fight in front of this fucking pregnant lady, you idiots. Like, don't do this shit. And I looked at him, he looked at me, and we kind of like, you know, silently like, you know, let's do something. And we got up and we just stopped him. We no one got punched. I didn't get punched. We just got in the middle, told him calm down. Then dude got off the bus. And we got off at the same stop, and he walked away. He had a knife in his jean pocket. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could have got stabbed. But then I was like, I don't feel bad about what I did. I didn't want to see no fucking pregnant lady get crushed and shit. And she's not going to be fast enough to avoid two dudes about to get ready to fight. But I'm not going to lie to you. If I saw that knife, I probably would have hesitated, but I didn't know the knife was there until he got off the bus and he was walking away. I didn't know, but I still did it. But I'm not saying I still would have not done it if the knife was there. I don't know what I would have done because I didn't know the knife was there. I just went off the fact that I didn't know there was a knife. I just assumed they were both unarmed. And I'm like, my friend's going to help me. We can keep them away from each other. We can at least do that. Which we did. And then they both got off the bus. But I died that day. But I didn't. I don't know. It's just, I had to weigh I wasn't weighing my options until after. It's just,
you know, all this stuff is like fight or flight. I had a similar situation that happened to me last night at work where I was like, fuck, I gotta just either take action or just stand around. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go.
MSK, who robbed the damn store?
Sadly, I would have preferred that because this person just basically the lady that was supposed to close had a really bad panic attack, and she was like, I can't breathe. You know, I said my mom passed away, but my mom used to go through the same things. I knew what that was. My mom would always have those, and she was like, I can't breathe. One of those anxiety attack where I give her water, I call 911 and everything, and she has to get cleared to come back and shit. It's just, man, a whole big mess. But like, it's when some people just can't handle stress very well, or you have a breaking point. You know, that's why I say women always say they want to be like us, but they can't take what we can take, though. There's a reason why we can take the brunt of that and be fine with it. They really can. Like,
they can.
Women
it's not even fully their fault because their bodies are built differently, but they have to acknowledge the fact, like, there's some things that you can't do, and we're okay with that. Because look, dude,
and we're fine with that. We know that, and we're fine with that.
I'm in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm in a relationship, and my partner steps in and tells me to chill and relax. Like, don't do this. And I listen, and depending on what it is, I will listen, because sometimes I might need a second opinion for myself, because every decision I make isn't always a correct decision. Sometimes it is. So it's like we take on different things for each other, and it's like it's just let it be like that. Let it be like that. You know, it's okay. Everyone doesn't have to look. Some people, it's okay to be alone, but at the end of the day, it's okay to still like have some. You're gonna want some support. I'm not gonna lie to you, because when people get older and they don't have anybody, they're miserable as fuck. Them motherfuckers are miserable.
Blue Aqua said, I was on a train in Portland, Oregon, and two bums were being lewd towards women. Oh, Lord. I sighed heavily and stepped in. Nothing happened except words were exchanged. They got off the next stop, thankfully. Women never said a word to me, which is fine. I think she was frightened and thought maybe I was a creep trying to play hero. Yeah.
There's some that might think like that, and I'll be honest with y'all, it's kind of usually because they just been hurt by another man, so it's like they don't want to accept another man's help. But it's like this, bro. I've been hurt by hundreds of women. I still accept women help.
And you know what they tell you? But hold on, hurry up. Do you know what they tell you? Get over it. Move on. That's what they tell you.
What I still ask women for help. I still ask women for help consistently. I still talk to my mom sometimes. I talk to my dad sometimes. I'll accept help from both genders.
Well, you lost me at talking to a dad. I don't have that. Oh, thank you for just rubbing it in, you fucking bastard. I
mean,
it's okay.
Oh my God.
Just yeah. I love people at work doing that thing. I talk to my dad. Oh yeah, fuck you. Just fucking rub it in my face.
but you know that's why. Look, there is some women, and I'm not saying it's not an exception. It's just this: a lot of women have potential to do a lot of shit. They just have to find their potential. They just have.
It's also knowing where to place that too.
Actually, no, open up that potential. They have to literally, like, for example, if there's a woman that knows she can be a manager, go do it. Yeah, you're a woman. But if you have full confidence you can do it, that's the only way you can do this shit. If you keep doubting it and shit, then you can't fucking do it. If you keep doubting it so much and you don't ever do it, then you clearly can't fucking do it. You need to have that confidence in that, yes, you're gonna have doubt. But if you can't decide to do it or not, like quickly or in a timely manner, you can't do it. Just go away. Stay clear.
I'll be honest here. After having so many female bosses, I'd rather have more men bosses.
I would too. Like as a person, I was a supervisor and working with women on multiple different shifts.
Man, it's hell.
They have the most complaints. The most. They're the neediest ones compared to the men. For me, like, for example, I used to buy my team. I'll buy my team, like, let's say Gatorades or something, drinks for them and shit. And the guys are always simple. They want usually the same shit. One person wanted cup of noodles. One person wanted Gatorade. I always knew what to get them. The women, it's always a different order. Not saying it's a bad thing, but it's like always something different or whatever. It's nothing really consistent. Not saying it's a bad thing, but like they have different fucking needs. And the men are just more well off and are okay, because for the most part, a lot of us agree we just gotta lock in, get this money, then we can go to fuck home and play video games. Easy, simple, and that's what makes it easier. That's what makes the workplace fucking easier, when everyone is at least on a common goal, and everyone's got personal problems, but at least everyone's on a common goal. Like, let's just at least make our money and get out of here safely. Cool. A lot of people have that fucking mentality, because it's like, so one person will be butthurt because, I don't know, some bullshit happened at home, and then bring that shit into work, and it's like, bro, you don't think I'm stressed out like you also?
We already got we already got enough problems.
You're the only one who's stressed. You're the only one who's going through shit. Oh, I didn't know. Oh my gosh, I'm not going through anything. It's like, bro, everybody is going through fucking something.
Yeah.
Even rich people are going through bullshit.
Everyone,
There's rich people dealing with divorces. There's rich people dealing with bullshit too. They just have money to make their lives more comfortable and kind of help with that hurt.
Yeah. Everyone deals with adversity.
You don't make as much money as them to like compensate for it. Well, this made me mad. I'm just gonna pay to go hop on the jet ski and ride on the fucking ocean. I can't just casually go do that. I want to go do that to release the stress. I got to do like cheaper shit.
Well, because a lot of people just don't know how to deal with adversity. Like, everyone goes through this. This is not something that you're never not going to go through as a person. It's just the biggest problem is with women is what girls always tell us. Well, I want to see my man be a man, no crying, and they always tell us to man up and deal with it. But we can't do that for them. They just can't take it the same way.
Also, they don't realize this when they tell us, and they'll confuse us sometimes. When they tell us to like do that shit like that, it's like, okay, if I want to cry around you, let me fucking cry around you, because you want me to hold that shit in and I go take it out on somebody else and do something fucking stupid. Because we can do something fucking stupid if you want me to do something stupid, but I don't want to do nothing stupid. So let me get my emotions out, just like how we have to let you get your emotions out. It goes both ways. it goes both fucking ways. You know,
well, I can understand if you don't want him doing that publicly because that's gonna make you look bad.
Yeah.
Fine, that's fine. Yeah, I and with women, I do agree with that. You should probably do that privately with her. That's fine. No one wants to see a man like ugly cry in front of everyone. No one wants to see that unless it's like a super tragic, a car crash, someone got shot in front of you.
Yeah,
there's understandable stuff, but like I understand what girls are saying there. The problem is like you can't be telling guys in a workforce, hey, just man up and do it, and just keep your emotions in check when you don't do that. Like, dude, girls always freak out on a job over like the littlest things. Like, this hasn't been cleaned in a few days. I'm gonna get in trouble. It's like
they're the only ones that do it.
5 minutes. Yeah, if you have to clean something, girls are like, oh my god, this needs to get clean right now. If the boss comes in, I'm gonna get into much. Lady, we can clean this in 5 minutes. It's not that hard. It's actually
5 minutes. Dude. They will take something that can literally be fixed in 5 fucking minutes and make it seem like it has to be fixed. It is going to take an hour to fix it. No. And it's just like, just go cry somewhere else. I'm going to let you cry. Let me fix this. Just let me take care of it. And you just go relax. Because I know you're going to lock back in. Just you're focused too much on this little spill that only takes 5 minutes to clean up.
So let's go for DC. I know a lot of people wanted to get your opinions on that. So we'll start with. So I forgot where we were at in our last conversation with it. I think we were just we were just at Creature Commandos for it. So Creature Commandos.
Oh no, we get up to date with the recent stuff.
Creature Commandos. Let's start there.
Supergirl was that movie was too fucking average. James Gunn. Let me say this: if you're gonna have someone do your style in your universe, you direct it and you write it. I'm guaranteeing you, Supergirl would have been a better movie if James Gunn directed it. Because the guy
Craig Gillespie do it. Yeah.
Craig Gillespie and the writer they got, they better not ever touch another DC project in this universe.
But they used James Gunn's cut, remember? They had the 2 cuts test as it was reported, and they used James Gunn's cut.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
even that cut with the extra, because the villain to me sucked. That villain sucked. Those extra couple minutes were not going to save
terrible.
That.
Yeah,
he was not as strong as they were gassing him up to be. I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't weak. He threw that tank, but Supergirl defeated him. Not saying she shouldn't. That's how powerful she is. In less than a minute,
she's supposed to have the strength of 1,000 men. Sure didn't have it in that movie.
Him, and then she defeated him, and then she went to go deal with the final fight.
You know some bullshit in that Supergirl movie? She survived 12 hours under a green kryptonite radiating sun, where it flips over to the other one that gives him the power. I'm like, Superman in David Cornsweat's Superman was foaming at the mouth over a fake kryptonite that Metamorpho conjured up. He almost died. Are you telling me that? People understand.
It was kryptonite, but that's the thing. It's like
a sun doing it.
That whole green sun, green.
But it's worse though, as you know, because people don't know this. Our sun is so strong; it gives us life here in electro. Now imagine a sun level kryptonite energy hitting your body for 12 hours. And keep in mind, just being a little bit exposed to it killed her parents. A little bit of exposure to it. She can survive. What an illogically retarded movie that we just watched. Illogically.
And look. To me, the movie is just average. But
hi, AJ.
Now for me, I like Lanterns. That's a comeback. It was story so far.
We got 1 episode.
But no. As far as this first episode, the mystery, everything, that shit is fucking great.
You love the sex scene where they have their clothes on, just no spice, no sauce.
No, I'm just tripping off how the husband found out so quick. I think she snitched.
What a cuck too! Don't eat off another man's grill. He should. And she had sex with a black guy.
As she should.
In Texas, they'd have their clothes off. You can tell she's dry humping this guy.
Also, I don't think they're a couple.
I think
it is. Look. I'm not saying. Look, it's just. It's red state Nebraska, and I don't.
It might be one of those married couples where they're just married, so it doesn't cause like financial problems.
No. When I say they're not married in that way, I think okay. So this is my theory, and we'll talk about the issue with the DCU too, and what's happening. I don't think the guy is even human. I just think he's a manhunter that is trying to distract Hal with another alien threat. I think there's 2 like alien factions. I don't know. It could be. It could not be. I don't know. I don't know what the fucking mystery is yet. But I don't think they're dating because she was at the bar. She started talking to John and stuff, and I mean, they know how it's like.
Oh, I believe. I'll be honest with you. That was the most believable part of the episode.
That was all that was intentional, and you just want to sleep with him and stuff. And granted,
she might be an alien.
She might be an alien too. That's why I'm thinking like all this stuff is a little fishy.
Well, my thing is, a lot of people went, why would a married lady with that much success with her husband do that, guys? And Tom Brady got cheated on.
Small town Nebraska. So that's the thing. Someone else saw it, or she told him, but someone saw it, and she knew someone would see that shit. She lives in small town fucking Rushville.
Yeah, and the thing is, guys, we know women. You could give women everything. That's not gonna stop them from cheating on you. You just having higher status and having a better job just should equalize those opportunities to make them not happen. I've seen women do that, so that wasn't the surprising part. If you're gonna build tension like that, at least build some tension. Like at least have them have sex, something like, or fake it, dude. She's fully clothed, dry humping this guy. That's the worst sex scene I've ever seen in a TV show, man. She was ass. No, nothing.
Look. Hear me out. Look, this is from real life experience. This is from real life experience. As a person, did you lose some weight, Kdots? Oh yeah, I mean, I am dropping weight, but yeah, I am dropping weight. I've been dropping weight. That's Adam. Wait, isn't that Adam? Bring it up again. Isn't that Adam? D-Blurred?
I don't remember, honestly.
Or I think that's somebody else. We met before, didn't we?
Look, he looks familiar.
I recognize that. I just don't recognize the name. He's probably gonna tell me in a minute. But damn, what was I talking about?
What's this
Adam. It was Adam. What's up, Adam? I knew it was Adam.
How you doing, man?
What the fuck was I talking about?
We're talking about the sex scene in Lanterns.
Oh yeah, okay. Look. As a person who has had intercourse in the car before, I don't like car sex, guys. I don't like that shit. It's gotta do what you gotta do. I'm not a fan of that. It's been times where, and it depends on how dark it is, if you can get fully clothed or not, but also depends on the city you're in too. But in Rushville, Nebraska, you shouldn't be fucking in the car because everyone knows each other. And he did it right next to the bar too.
But it's not just that she had sex with a black man.
As she should. You know she wanted it.
God, man. Another thing was that I don't know. I just felt like the episode was just really meh. Like
it wasn't like nothing like extraordinary and stuff. But for me, I liked what I got. I can understand people's criticism about it just taking place on Earth, and I do want to see them in their Green Lantern suits every episode. Like I said, I can understand the context, but for me, I already know, and they just do this shit with live action superhero stuff. They get real finicky about the superhero costumes, but only in a few recent stuff like the Batman, the Superman movie, and Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's the only 3 movies where I like, as of recent, where the characters are in the suits like majority of the movie. Like majority. Like in the Batman, it was Bruce Wayne was kind of a focus, but it was really a focus on the Batman in the Batman movie. The Robert Pattinson one. Like he's in the suit majority of the film. And I'm like, wow, this is fucking different from the previous shit we got. Every other Batman movie, it's mainly Bruce Wayne walking around. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Batman and Bruce Wayne are the same character, but it's like the title of the film is The Batman. He needs to be in his suit for majority of the film. That's just my opinion. Or like Blade. What was Blade doing in the whole movie the whole time? In his suit, killing vampires. He only took a few breaks in that movie, but he was consistently in his suit killing vampires. The whole movie. So, and his name is Blade. Superhero identity, but his name is Eric.
Looking back now, how do you feel about Creature Commandos? Better with time, just all right.
I mean, it's not something I can go back and constantly rewatch. It's not like Superman 2025. I saw that movie over 7 times. Well, 10 times, 7 times in theaters, and then I watch it. But it's not my favorite film from 2025 that I constantly rewatch.
Wait a minute, hold on. You watched Superman 2025 7 times.
No. Well, no. At home. But let me tell you what happened. I paid for 10 tickets, but I kept missing the movie because I was working and stuff, and I'm off on a Friday. So it was 3 weeks in a row I missed the movie, the theater, because when I get off Friday, I work from overnight into Friday morning. And so what I do now, I schedule it on Saturday. Well, if I was still working at the same job, I would just schedule watching the movie on Saturday, not Friday. Because then, like, dude, I know I'm gonna fucking go to sleep. So yeah, I supported it with 10 tickets in the theaters. And I watched it majority of the time at home on streaming because I knew it was going to come to streaming, and then boom. So yeah, I watched a ton. Supergirl, that's a movie I can't watch a ton. It's too fucking average. Too average. I can't watch it.
Also, Millie Alcock, like, no offense, when people say she's pretty, I don't think she is very average. Honestly, I've seen girls that look like that. Those are like 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10.
No. She's cute, but they made her intentionally look messy. Like the whole drunk ass Supergirl shit.
You're the part of you see her hairy vagina when fucking Ruth knocks on the door and she's just urinating. You could tell if she didn't wipe her hands, that pussy hairy as fuck. She ain't shaved that shit. She was messy.
What are you talking about? I didn't see that scene in the movie. But like her going to and this is what I'm talking about. When women get depressed, Crypto is a dog. He's not. I don't think dogs are dumb or smart or whatever. It's like their intelligence is limited to what they can do as a dog. But Crypto is a dog. Crypto can care less if he has powers or not. But he does fuck with Kara. He loves her he loves her. And she was intentionally bringing him to Red Sun planets. Mind you, Crypto does not care that he loses powers now. He just wants to be with Kara. And it's like, you're the one who's suicidal and depressed, which is fine. Crypto, why are you bringing him to these planets and there's no fucking Red Sun? And that's the reason he got fucking shot with the thing. He was on a planet with a red sun because she was intentionally wanting to like get drunk and all that and be able to hurt herself and all that if she wanted to. But it's like, you're depressed and you're trying to bring your dog into your fucking depression.
Well, but even before that, when they're having that fight scene at the bar, it's like if Kryptonians have no powers or basically like humans, how is she able to beat that alien then?
That's why I think
that was another bad part too.
That's why I think for the Red Sun in this universe, it only is just going to dampen their abilities. Because
I see what you're saying.
Remember you remember that animated film Superman Unbound?
I think so. Yeah.
With Brainiac, he was like super buff and shit, and Supergirl was in it. It was not a big film that came out. It was we're not going to show any footage just so people can see what it looks like because they know what I'm talking about. It came out through this movie. This one wasn't really my favorite, but I did like the scene when Superman was in Argo, and he was trying to help free the Kryptonians in Argo or whatever.
Oh, another thing in the movie would be okay. So if Crypto's shot like that, and she can make it,
you can bring it up. Oh, but go ahead. But you can bring it up.
No. There's a problem with also the movie that I had when I did my review of it with the guys. Where Crypto got shot, she's able to get her powers back. Why didn't she just fly to Earth and ask Clark to help her? I feel like, would he not be interested in Clark? Would he not be interested in saving Crypto? Like, what the fuck?
Well, no, that's the thing. I was okay with Clark not showing up. It's just they made the villain too fucking weak compared to her. This movie, you remember this one?
So I don't think I've seen this, but I've seen scenes from it.
You probably didn't see it because it did not get promoted heavily around the time it came out. But Brainiac was a villain in the movie. They go to Argo, and Superman, his powers are weak, but he's still able to punch the ground, but his hands are bleeding. So I think that's what they're doing with that Red Sun shit. I don't think it's completely taking away their powers, what I think. But also her surviving that long, that to me was bullshit because I'm like,
it's on the space scene where she got thrown in.
She was there for hours. Superman he was trapped in a box for 2 days.
And but that was just Metamorpho making a kryptonite. I'll say, I forget what they specifically called what Metamorpho did, but he was able to replicate kryptonite's properties to like a molecular level where it could reflect it. Yeah. But that's nothing compared to like a sun beating down a Kryptonian for 12. There's 12
that's
hours
what I
it
said.
rotates.
Supergirl surviving that because she was already injured and shit.
But they had already explained in the movie that her parents just being lightly exposed to it killed them.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is? Oh man, just such a shit movie. Wait, how did you feel about Peacemaker season 2? I liked season 1. I never watched season 2. Did you like Peacemaker season 2?
They should have ended at episode 7. That episode 8, The episode 7 would have been a perfect end and leave it at that. If anything, no. This is what it should have been. All that concert. I like the setup in episode 8. You're building out the universe with that not Battle World. What's the prison he called it? The prisoner sending all the metahumans to. You know.
Isn't it called? Yeah.
Them Peacemaker season 1 finale is what Peacemaker season 2 finale should have been. Action packed. Not that romance bullshit you setting up between Hardcore and Peacemaker. That took up too much time in episode. They took away setting up that shit. I don't know. Episode 7 and 8 should have been half of 8 should have been chopped and half of 7 should have been chopped and included together.
You know what's really cringe right after that?
Because 7 was so good with the whole, the racist dad thing, and then we come to find out that the dad lives in a world full of Nazis and shit, but he's not a Nazi. And look, this is what I liked about that. Even though they were Nazis, someone can live in a place where people are like that shit and not be like that. And the dad was right. I can't control everything. He can only deal with certain things. That's a whole mindset and culture. How is he supposed to change the whole Nazi culture? Because that means he has to fight the whole fucking planet.
Well, no, I was just gonna add to that. So after that, what's crazy? After the Peacemaker season 2 finale, when Jennifer Holland is like, I don't know why people are upset with me. I just kissed another man, and it's just acting because you're married. What? You're married? I don't know about that. Like,
I don't really care about that. She's acting.
No, I'm just saying, like, it would be like if your girlfriend just made out with another dude, and keep in mind, it's acting, but you're gonna feel some type of way because you're a guy. It's just how we are.
No, I'm not. Because I know
if she slobbered on that dude's mouth, tongue dancing and shit.
Yeah. It's her role.
No, we lost.
She's an actor. Look, no, dude. It's like this, right? I'm not gonna date a porn star if I know my feelings are gonna get hurt. Don't date no fucking porn star if you know your feelings are gonna get hurt. Just like Adam 22, right?
Oh God, don't remember that.
I don't know if
Lena left.
I don't know if she's internally hurting, but it's like, bro, you clearly wasn't built to.
Well, they're done. You saw Lena the Plug show up on that Drake.
That's the thing.
Right?
It's like he jumped into something he clearly couldn't do. It's like, bro, why would you date a porn star if you know you're not ready to handle that shit or handle the backlash that comes with it? It is what it is. That's why. Look, I don't care. I don't care. I mean, she's acting. Now it's different if it's like this, right? Let's say Jennifer Holland came out and was like, "Man, John Cena has good fucking lips." I was like, "All right, Jennifer."
No, but that did happen though. Not in that. It happened with a Superman. Remember where Rachel Brosnahan was talking about? Yeah, I made out with Derek Hornswet for hours and hours. And keep in mind, she kissed him. When James Gunn hit cut on the director.
Yeah, they still kept kissing. Yeah.
For the streets. She's for the streets. Oh God.
Hey, like I said, that's between Rachel and her husband. That don't got nothing to do with me. I can care less. Like I said,
I'm saying if you accept that, you might be a cuck. Just you gotta be some lines drawn.
No. It's not. Look, it's not that. Look, it's like this, right? It's like this. There's guys who intentionally know they're hooking up with a crazy ass woman, right?
Yeah.
And then they're gonna act surprised that they hooked up with a crazy ass woman, and they got to deal with our crazy ass shit. It's like, bro, look.
I think it's scarcity because why bring it up?
A crazy ass woman, don't talk to her.
No, but do you know why bring it up though?
Don't even go her way if you're not ready to take on what you're gonna have to take on with her.
No, but a lot of that is scarcity though, because a lot of guys don't get a lot of girls. Actually, what we were told is that guys get what's come out statistically speaking is the average guy doesn't get access to the average woman. Actually, they don't. So when they do get a girlfriend, they keep and hold on to her
because a lot of guys aren't choosing to intentionally approach.
Yeah,
and that can be for many reasons.
And they don't really get.
Mind you, I never really approached just any girl growing up. Like it was a few girls I had to physically obviously approach.
Well, but then you could see why most guys
really interested.
Well, then you would see like most guys won't be, even if she is crazy, they're thinking, well, I might not get another girl. I might not get access to sex anymore if I throw that girl away. They're thinking from a scarcity mindset. That girl knows she can get another guy. They know that. So it's weird how guys don't have any like standards anymore for like that shit. But then again, if you're just trying to get a nut off, then it doesn't really matter, obviously, right?
Oh no, look, I'll be honest with you. It all boils down to confidence, but also it all boils down to just being selective of who you want to talk to. Like if you're going out dating and you're just going out to approach, it also depends on location too. If you go into a club and you're trying to like look for nothing but looking for a date, good luck. I mean, and also you can go to a church and find a girl there and she ends up being a crazy ass freaky frog.
Yeah, when people say church girls are better, it's like they're lying.
It depends. It depends where you approach. Hell, it can even be you go at a grocery store. It depends on who you're approaching, but also it's up to people to discern what the fuck they want out of the person they with. Because look, I'll say this. Me personally, I don't care about a lot of personal life standards and shit. Like for example, I don't care. I can care less about marriage. Because this is my opinion. I don't care. I can care less about all the legal fucking bullshit with marriage. To me, if I see a couple and they've been together for over 20 years and they haven't got married yet, you two are fucking married. And let's say they have kids too. You're fucking married. You're married. I think they're married. I mean, you've been together that fucking long.
Might as well be married.
You're married. I'm not saying they have to. Because this is the other reason why I understand why us men don't want to get... It's the legal bullshit. Because look, let's say something comes up, and this should be fair to both partners. If y'all both want to end the relationship, you gotta pay just to end your fucking relationship. I gotta pay money so we can move on.
Lots of money. It's not just not even a little bit.
Dude. If people are just boyfriend, and I'm a different type. When I'm a boyfriend, I'm a different type of boyfriend. I'm gonna take care of my girl the same way, I'm gonna take care of my girl as if she's like my wife. We're together, like we are together. So let's say, for example, she lost her job. Well, I gotta take on the fucking responsibility if I still got my job. It is just what it is. Or let's say I lose my job and something happens. Well, she got to take on the responsibility now, but also I'm still going to, at the end of the day, pursue to get a job.
Oh, you're coming through a little staticky.
God damn. All right, how's it? Am I good? Mic check.
Oh no, it's I think it might be a ceiling fan you have on or something like that.
Hold on.
Oh, the thing I wanted to bring up was when it comes to marriage and shit like that. What is the benefit of a guy getting married though? It's mostly just for women though. Like if there was a chance that you go into part of business,
because I don't care about it that much. At the end, like, look, me personally, I don't care if my partner didn't give me a ring. Okay.
Well, it's one of those things where let's say we went into business, right? Well, let's say if we went into business and you knew there was a 50% chance that the business could fail and you would lose all your money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that shit. No one would if you knew that was the obstacle. I mean, some people are gonna take it like you said, but if you're
mind you, I'm not saying nobody should get married. This is just what I'm saying. If I'm with somebody and I've been with them long enough and I know our relationship, because we're the only two participating in our relationship, like our bond, like you're my fucking wife already.
I'm not unorthodox, but they do.
If you want a ring, I'll get you a fucking ring. I'll get you a ring because to me, a ring doesn't mean shit. A ring doesn't mean shit. It's a fucking ring.
It's a piece of jewelry.
Because our actions and how much energy we put into each other is what keeps the relationship strong. When I die, where the fuck is the ring gonna go?
Yeah,
I don't know what's gonna happen after I die. Where's the ring going to go? It's gonna get sold off or whatever, some bullshit. It ain't gonna mean shit. What matters to me is just how much energy we put into each other and the commitment we put towards one another. That's all that matters to me in a relationship. And if we choose to stay with each other, we choose to stay with each other. Because, dude, I'll be honest with you, even when it comes to a kid, and I'm like, I'll be honest with you, the only reason I want to have a kid is just for the tax benefits. I get back some money every year for having kids. That's
Lots
the
of
only
money.
reason. But that's the thing. I only get that money once a year. I got to deal with the kids every day.
Yeah. The last few things.
Kids every fucking day. No. Like you think about that. Yo, guys, really think about that. Does that sound like a good deal? Hear me out. You those tax benefits you get from having kids, you get them once a year. You have to deal with your kids. I'm not saying kids are bad to deal with, but you have to deal with all the stuff surrounding raising a kid every day still. Every day. You have to deal with the fact that you don't know if a P3DO, I'm not sure if YouTube's gonna let it say that. P3DO, y'all know what I mean, touches your kid at school, which you can't control because you're stuck at work for 8 hours. You got to deal with that type of shit. So is the money that you have to wait for once a year really worth it? Is it really worth that? No, that fear and stress you got to deal with, knowing your kid can get touched at school and you can't do nothing about it immediately because you're at work? Is it worth it? Think about it. It's not worth it to me. At the end of the day, we don't need to involve the fucking state, man. Fuck the state. Because it's like, so in order for me to get more benefits, I need to have kids.
Well, look at it this way.
Marriage,
but marriage in that aspect is just retirement for women.
Yeah.
I don't benefit from that.
And dude, for me, I don't like the fact that just because someone's married in our country, they get more benefits than us. Like, dude, what the fuck? I still need fucking help too. Oh, so just because I'm not married and I'm single, it's okay to neglect me too. But there's people that got a family that they chose to have. They chose to make the fucking babies and shit, get more benefits. Why?
Last few things I'll ask you before I head out because I got to get to work here in a minute. I know. So first thing is, do you have anything planned coming up you would like to let the audience know about?
I'm doing a live around 6 p.m. Yeah, I'm doing a live around 6 p.m. I got to re-upload a video about Secret Wars.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Was there anything you want to talk about real quick about Doomsday or Secret Wars? I got some shit. We're
gonna have to wait till Monday. If you want to come on Monday show and do the panel show, we can just talk about it there because I got a time right now.
All right. Yes, let me know what time you do it.
We usually do it 6:30 or 7. 6, 7? No.
I don't know if people like 6 or 7 p.m. 6.
God damn. Oh God! I thought you were fun. Fucking black dude.
I just did the 6-7 shit, man. I don't do that shit.
Fucking black.
6, 7.
Man, that shit was funny. It's fucking scary movie. Wait,
6, 9.
Where you go? Did you see the recent one?
No, last movie I watched in theaters was fucking Brand New Day, and before that I watched like Scream or whatever. Supergirl.
Now go ahead and watch it. That Shawn Wayne's is funny as hell.
I prefer 6-9 is always better anyway. That's my opinion. 6-9 was always better. But last thing, man, is do you have any shout outs when you get to anyone in particular and anything else you want to say before you head out?
No particular shout outs. Just, you gotta get to work and do what you gotta do, man. Some
Sydney Swint
can't work, unlike certain people.
Freaking blacks and not working.
But no, I don't got nothing. If you guys want, obviously subscribe to my channel if you want to. I will be creating a second channel. I'm not deleting my main channel, but I'm making a new channel today. I'm gonna put some content over there because I don't really care to try and monetize this one again. I'm still keep it, but my newer channel is gonna be the one I slowly segue into.
Yep. It was great talking to you, man. Hopefully I see you Monday, but thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to Kdots YouTube.